insurance industry to keep up? I mean, how can they approach training and development to keep up with the rapid developments?
Yeah, absolutely. I mentioned before, like the skill gap, right, in the current workforce. So this is definitely an immensely important topic. I think first and foremost, there will definitely be a significant focus on upskilling and also reskilling the current workforce. AI tools, I think, will become more and more integrated also into existing tools, right? So, things like, we have seen ChatGPT before, but soon there will be like Microsoft Copilot, for example, fully integrated into the Office 365 experience. We have, I don't know, Adobe Firefly, and we have GitHub Copilot. So you see like those models become more integrated into the normal software that people use. And I think it's crucial that people who work with these tools have at least a basic understanding of how these things work, right? So in the last years, we often talked about, data literacy, but I think we also need to develop AI literacy upskilling programs, right? So people need to know, for example, what is prompt engineering? How does good prompt engineering works? They need to know about the problem of like hallucinating LLMs, for example. They need to know and that an accuracy of 100% in an ML model is maybe not something that you should be too happy about, but maybe something that should make you a little bit skeptical, at least in the beginning. So I think there needs to be a lot done in this area. If we talk about training, I think another thing is also leadership training, right? So leaders and managers, decision makers in the insurance industry, they need to understand the capabilities, but also the limitations of AI in order, to make a good decision about its usage, right? So managers should learn about, looking a bit beyond the boss and the marketing, right? So what is AI? What is machine learning? What is Gen AI? In what situation do we need AI? And where we might actually also be better off with maybe a simpler model, right? So maybe not in every case you need the most sophisticated AI model. I think it's also an important aspect here, the topic of ethics in AI, right? So it's very easy if you don't know how it works, or at least have a basic understanding, it's very easy to just trust everything an AI model tells you, right? And I think it's very important to develop an understanding of how, biases in the training data that is used for these models will simply be incorporated into their results. So overall, I think there is definitely a huge need for training people about these new things. I think a lot can be done via, self-learning online platforms. From my experience, this works quite well, like Udemy, LinkedIn Learning, Coursera, etc. But I think there will also probably be a need for like, mandatory trainings, on-site group trainings, maybe even programs with universities. This is something that Allianz has also done in the past and which work quite well, to have basically partnerships between insurance and academia, something like micro degrees that you offer, people who want to develop more into the direction of data. Or you could, organize hackathons, for example, that you open up also for people outside your industry. So yeah, definitely a huge topic.